maybe a better way to say this is that my first, position when I hear about a program that involves protecting the kids or protecting, the downtrodden or protecting anyone, I'm immediately skeptical of these kind of programs because they're
Right.
almost always nothing more than either, in this case, a chance to promote DEI, but in civilian settings, are usually an opportunity to promote some sort of corruption.
Corruption? What do you mean?
Mm.
Exactly. There's corruption in every single part of this economy. Whether it's government, nonprofit, churches, politics, even your subways and your Walmarts and everything else. I mean, the whole idea here is that people just, are out to screw people over, and that's part of the whole culture cleaning up thing that's got to stop.
Well, yeah, the bottom line to me is, all right, viewer, have you ever witnessed some sort of, just sketchy thing happening at a place that you've worked or a place that you've seen someone work? I don't have to wait for an answer because I know that you have. Everyone has. Why do you think that it's not happening on a much larger scale in other areas of the government?
Exactly.
It absolutely is.
It's kind of like we talked about, we do a lot of direct mail, by the way. And our company is the political matrix. If you want to hire us or whatever, we're always up for hire. And so we've mailed out millions of pieces of mail over the years. But we also know that there's mailmen who dump the mail in the dumpsters because they get this here little envelope here that has like a whole bunch of Benjamins, or maybe they're cheap grants in it, but most of them are Benjamins. Or Jacksons or whatever denomination you want to use, but they dump the mail in a dumpster, and you'll find a dumpster with 2,000 or 3,000 pieces of mail. And the opponent, wins, and your guy loses because nobody ever got the mail. And it's not because it wasn't sent, it's because it was dumped and trashed. And this happens a lot, and not just in Northwest Florida, where we predominantly have worked for the last 25, 30 years, but throughout all of Florida. And I've talked to people in several other states, and it's happening to them. They all think it only happens to them. I'm like, no, it's a regular thing, guys. This is what, and mailmen don't get paid like everybody thinks they do. And it's really easy to follow a mailman to a gas station. Then you give them an envelope. You say, see this card? Make sure they all go trash and bye-bye. Mm-hmm. And they do.
And they will.
And it's very corrupt.
Although to be fair, they don't just follow them and do that. They follow them to meet them, and then they because you never know when someone's going to be, oh my God, honest, and turn you in.
What?
I would venture to say that a fair number of those guys actually solicit it. That they go out and they know something about a campaign, or they hear something about a campaign, and they go and approach the campaigin.
It's kind of like that movie Runaway Jury.
Probably because they wanted that guy to win anyway, but they're happy to get paid to help him win.
Yeah, it's kind of like, remember that movie Runaway Jury with Gene Hackman?
Yes.
And they basically do all this research on other people who can influence it, and they probably do research on the postal workers and everything else, which is a possibility. I mean, whenever you have that kind of money you're playing with, you have that kind of money to do that kind of research. And so
it's
if
a lot
you're
easier.
wanting to buy off mailmen.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's the fun stuff.
Campaigns.
That's the stuff that keeps you awake all night on a campaign and wondering, how's it going to work?